One of these blogs, gonna walk you all through my Ink and Insight Sensual Poetry Journal. This one was specifically created for women. I am currently working on one for men, and then the follow up for that would be one for couples. But I do have more conversations, private conversations with women, and so it was easy to like data collect um, from mutual concerns across the volume of conversations that I've been having. Yeah, that inspired the questions in this book, in this journal, poetry prompt journal. So yeah, one of these blogs we will get through that part. Until then, do you know how hard it is to stand on business? Welcome back to another episode of my blog vlog. My name is Mustapha, otherwise known to my readers as I'll Muse You. And it's good to have you back for another week. This one is gonna I feel like I feel like every week I say this one gonna be a goodie. I'm gonna freshen up a little bit. Yeah. Make sure things good. Let me see how it is. Hey, how you doing? Standing on business sounds strong, solid even. Like once you say it, everything just lines up and obeys. But nobody tells you how often you have to reconvince yourself why you started. Especially when you could just give up on a random Tuesday. Some days, standing on business looks like confidence. Knowing I'm in the wrong realm and everyone can tell. It looks like reminding yourself not to be no bitch. The weight of vulnerability. I'm forever measuring my vulnerability. I've been in therapy since 2020, and somewhere in all that unpacking, I was told I'm too much. That thought still lives with me. So I don't want to give too much, but I know I can't give a little either. I'm learning about balance. That's a scale I haven't learned to breathe through yet while climbing. I don't really have a middle, if I'm being honest. It's either we doing it or we not. Ambiguity was never an aim or aspiring ambition of mine. Clarity suits me just fine. I really didn't mean to make that rhyme. Or that there isn't a science behind my madness just yet. Just motion. Why this feels like quitting, but isn't. There's a clip of Kaisenat where he says simply, I quit. Not quitting effort, not quitting discipline. Quitting the version of himself that kept shrinking to be digestible. That clip stuck with me because it wasn't dramatic, and his mother's a trainee, so you know it could have been drama. It was declarative. This feels like that. Not me quitting creativity, me quitting circling what I already am. Audacity is a mother. When I told myself I was going to lean heavier into my writing, really challenge my pen to move outside of poetry slam. Four-time Bacano Leaf Bars winner, third place in National Poetry Slam, and tell longer stories, I didn't feel brave. I felt audacious. Like, who the do I think I am? I said it out loud, looking in the mirror, which is wild considering I have two books out in as many years. Pieces written since secondary school, making it to Calypso Monarch finals in 2019 when I wrote I Am for Orphan Alves. Literal award winning work. Trophies I can touch from Calvary Road Learning Center. Three-time first place, one second, and one tied for fourth. And still, doubt. Writing this feels like bravery and fear holding the same pen. But if I'm scared to do it, I might as well put it out anyway. Not to prove anyone wrong, just to prove me right some more. Because once you finally do something that's been sitting on your to do list, you realize how much of what you've been avoiding was always doable. You expose yourself. You disrespect the excuses you've been calling ambition. A peace of mind I keep coming back to. Mathsin. I was never good at math, but I was always accountable when my actions didn't add up to my intention. It's been hard to show workings, trying to minus my ego, and in total, I made plenty of mistakes. It's not odd to be divided by doubt, but those aren't the sum of me. I am the equivalent of multiple love, even if in fractions and from any angle. A prime example of that which is greater than a lesser than yesterday from that which is learned today. Not as performance, as a full stop. This is part of why I'm doing it publicly. The writing keeps asking to be witnessed. Imposter syndrome has a voice. I don't know if I'm good at it. I asked my friend and editor for feedback on last week's blog. She's a far better writer than me, worked in press for years, and she said, there can't be anything wrong with you expressing your stories and truth. And I read it all the way to the end, so there's that. That was the confirmation I was looking for, and also the one that I actually didn't need. Because if it was just for me, it would have stayed in my journal, where all my ink and insight meet quietly. But if I'm putting it out, it's not just for me. How am I combating it? By doing the thing anyway. Not waiting until I feel qualified, not waiting until doubt hush its ass, not waiting until confidence feels permanent. Action talks louder than reassurance. So I write a line a day, a word if the days are hard. It must add up sometime. What I'm finding comfort in. The work itself, the fact that people read to the end, the fact that something lands, the fact that showing up consistently builds its own evidence. What I'm learning to let be. The urge to hide behind an eightfold fence that protects my energy. The need to swing a sword when they show up with guns, and by they, I mean me. Imposter syndrome, doubt. I'm learning to let it exist without letting it participate. And final word. This isn't a pivot. I've been here. It's a naming. I quit pretending this is a phase. I quit calling myself everything around the work. I is a writer too.
Be
Ain't
afraid
afraid
you're
of
not
saying
saying
it
it in
in
big.
big. And I'll muse you is the space where I'm standing in that publicly, imperfectly, and on purpose. Standing on business doesn't mean you stop shaking. It just means you stop hiding. If this meets you where you are, stay, sit with it, read slow, take what you need. This space exists for people standing in motion, not perfection. And if you want to support the work, there is a link below. If not, your presence is already enough, but a share would be enougher. Have the day that you want, love alone. Yeah, and remember to always stand on business, standing on business, standing on business. I'm riding around and I'm getting it. I'm standing all of my business. I'm riding around and I'm getting it. I'm standing all of my business. I'm riding around and I'm getting it. I'm standing all of my business. I'm standing all of my business. That's how I think we could feel like a little rapper to that boy. But yeah, standing on business.